vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. Fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh. Highly sedated, intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking fear and hatred, dull and jaded. It's all been debated and manipulated. Nothing's ever as it seems. We're bound to believe everything they scream. Don't you know we're the walking dead? Our lives were meant to be this bleak. Somehow they got into our heads. We're wide awake, yet still asleep. We're the walking dead. We're the walking dead. Oh, 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 oh.
Hi there, the Comet the Governor. And we are here to basically talk about the smelly guy. I mean, Daryl Dixon. Same difference. And I see Jack snuck in at the last minute, which is cool. But before we get into talking about this episode, which I've got things to say about, let's have everybody go around and introduce themselves. The person who was here first, Mashand, shocked me. Go ahead and say hi, Mashand.
Hi, my name is Mashawn. If anybody that don't know, I am a lover of Norman. Daryl has always been in my top 4 ever since I started watching Walking Dead. So, of course, when his spinoff was announced, I was going to watch it. And my full uncut reaction videos are on talkingetv.com, and clips are on Reel Shorts and TikToks.
Awesome. Baby.
Hey, I'm Bebe Rose. Former reactor, 5 years, 2016, 2021. Reacted to Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and Black Lightning. Y'all can follow me, dim_mayhem. You can read it right there on Twitter, or X, and Instagram.
Yeah, X. Karina.
Hello, Karina. Tootie Taurus on Twitter. You can find me talking about The Walking Dead and soaps on it is Twitter. It is not X.
Thank you.
All right. Forget about the guy who owns the thing, because he's an idiot. TWD Mombi Alex, say hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm TWD Mombi, also known as Eddie Munson. I am a newer reactor in the YouTube world, and I'm really enjoying Daryl Dixon right now. He is by far my favorite. And I know that Mashonda will appreciate this. It is the best spinoff yet.
Yeah.
Hands down. Can't wait for discussion tonight.
All right. And Jack, unmute yourself and say hi.
I remembered to this time. Last week I didn't. Hello, I'm Jack. Been reacting to The Walking Dead for a very long time, almost as long as I've been watching it. Close. And you can find reactions on Jack's World on YouTube and Patreon. And I'm interested to see what people thought about this episode, because I feel like opinions may differ. We'll see.
Definitely. And of course, I am the governor here on Fandom Spotlite, and I'm not doing reactions right now because I may want to join SAG, so I think that might disqualify me, so I'm not taking any chances. But of course, I am leading this discussion, which does not go against SAG rules, because we are discussing and reviewing, and there are, it's okay to review. It's a journalistic thing. And yeah, lots of panels on my channel. And that almost rhymed. You should check it out. But let's talk about... Go ahead.
Dr. Seuss and your off time.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. I like being more physic. Does anybody got a peanut? But that's my thing. All right, so Daryl Dixon, episode 2, and we start this episode in the magical city of Paris with
Isabel.
What's that?
Isabel.
With Isabel, who may be posing as a nun now, but in those days, holy shit.
She was outside. Do you hear me?
She was clubbing. She was throwing it back every night.
She was...
It was the cocaine on the counter for me.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
When I was snow.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, if this is outside, I've never been outside in my whole life. Never have I been outside. Because she... Like, that's why she said, I got to turn my life over to God, because this is not it.
It was too much. But
that's what I said in my reaction. I was like, this is when she decided to become a nun.
No, it was later in the episode, and I don't even know that she actually...
I know, but I'm sure she enjoyed the change of pace.
I don't know. She seemed to be having a good time.
She did.
Yeah, she danced with one dude and then she for like 5 seconds and went off and the guy was like, "Wait, where'd she go?"
Yeah,
And
that
she
was
went on.
for a minute. I thought it was the guy who is running the French version of the Saviors. I thought it was that guy for a minute. I'm like, that would be a deep cut, her going way back, and that's why he kind of respects her, but at the same time is like, I'm going to shoot up your nunnery, but it wasn't
I think she could smell he ain't had no money. She was like, I'm not finna dance for this, bro.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was.
I was thinking if I went to that club, she would not give me the time of day because I don't have a fancy watch. I don't have, of course, I wouldn't be in that club because that's not my scene. But, if I had
She
gone
was
in.
living her life like she was golden, okay?
Yeah, she was.
living it.
Well,
Okay.
if you notice when she went out to the elevator, she opened up her purse and she had like watches and she was ripping
Money.
these guys off, credit
Yeah,
cards.
she was
Pocket.
robbing motherfuckers left and right.
And I'm
I
thinking,
thought somebody was gonna come beat her up the way she was looking like paranoid. I'm like, you look obvious. Calm down.
and I'm like, you don't look at your stash when you haven't even got, when you're in the elevator alone, that's fine. But
Right.
outside the elevator, somebody could be like, hey, where's my watch? Oh, let me talk to that chick. Maybe she's, oh, holy crap. You don't do that.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see a few moments before the biters started showing up. So that was kind of cool.
Did you notice or did you hear the screaming in the club?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did.
You hear this. First it was laughter, and then it turned to screams, and then that's when she kind of darted down the hall. But
Wait, when
I did
In the
not
beginning-
realize that.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was in the club.
I
Wait.
did.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to
you
go
can
back
hear,
and
you can hear the
listen to it
scream.
again.
I was about to ask in the beginning of the episode, I was just trying to figure out why she was staring out into the city like that, just like looking like just.
Maybe thinking her about
I
her
mean,
life.
it is a
City.
pretty skyline.
Yeah.
But she wasn't smiling. She was like
She probably going through something.
She's probably
Sure.
dealing
thinking
with
about how
the
I gotta go
coke.
steal from
Well, I
5 more
mean,
men.
she's stealing from people. She's not she doesn't exactly have her life,
No,
She was
not
reflective.
exactly
She
a
got a
great
sister
person.
too, right?
right. And
Yeah.
she's obviously going to the bad place. I've been watching The Good Place. She's going to the bad place. It's very,
Okay.
very simple. So, yeah. But then she walked out, and then, she heard screams and saw people freaking out with, people lurching around. But I have to say, when she was in the street, first of all, Mashan and I were talking about this before. Why she had to go, look at that guy, and as soon as, he looked obviously dead, and then he gets up, and she's, not running or, for the hills. She's, backing away slowly. It's like, no,
Let me
you
tell you-
run.
I know. She remind me of Madison in season 1.
That's funny.
Like,
I mean,
Are
she's
you
also
okay?
coming
What
down
you
from
doing?
coke.
Right.
Jack,
She could have thought she was imagining.
I was
you ever
afraid
done
she was
coke?
gonna die.
I
Well,
have
not die, but OD because
Been
she
in the
was taking
same
the
room
pills
as
too.
people that have done it.
Right. Well, first of all, coke would not cause her to. It's not like pot where you're like, "Whoa, man, that's kind of cool." It
It was a curiosity.
And,
No,
Yeah.
it was
and some
it was the
paranoia.
curiosity.
You get some paranoia from coke, so she should have been heading for the hills. But
I
I
don't care
mean,
what
the
nobody
fact
say.
I
that
don't give a
If
flip.
somebody-
walkers and zombies don't exist in the universe, their concept of danger, especially even if it wasn't the coke, she did look like she took some other pills too,
Yeah,
like maybe
yeah.
some Axe
Yeah.
or
And
something.
And I
drinking.
asked, can somebody tell me what do people take after they do? I literally said, can somebody please tell me what she just took? Because I literally have no fucking clue.
I'm assuming
was
it
a
was
downer.
Oxy or Axe or something. I don't know.
I think it was a downer. I think she was trying to come down off of.
That's
what
literally what I said. Oh, like,
If,
can y'all please
that
tell
would
me
make
what
her
people
being
take?
more chill a lot more logical then.
I guess that makes sense. I was also talking to Majan before this about how if a zombie apocalypse happened now in real life, we all know what to do. I mean, we would be stabbing them in the head, shooting them in the head. I mean, it would not last long, the zombie apocalypse. We would take care of all of them pretty damn quick.
As long as they follow the guidelines.
Right. Well, if they're fast
Right.
zombies, that might be a little bit more difficult. But if they're,
Yeah.
pretty much the ones from, this particular Walking Dead universe, not a problem. I mean, except for
now.
the burners, well, we would know that when someone dies, you immediately have to put something, through their head. So basically, it'd be once in a while someone would die unexpectedly, and people would know what to do,
Right.
The logic I don't understand is just, first of all, I don't give a fuck what's going on. Motherfuckers is crashing into each other, running around, biting people. I just left the club from stealing from niggas, and I'ma just stop and get real close and just stare at him that he clearly just got hit by a car.
Thank
You
you.
need to be taking your ass home, ma'am.
Thank you.
And figure out what the fuck
Thank
going on. Like,
Thank you.
why do you have to get close? You see what happened. It's not like it's a mystery.
Yeah.
Everything is going to shit. Let me just get real close and look at him. I was like, girl, go home. She was taking her time going home.
You was.
Yeah.
But when that car
She
pulled
stopped
up,
to smoke a square.
when that car pulled up and fishtailed and hit that zombie, my first thought, and I kind of wish I was doing reactions, was best Uber driver ever. 5 stars
Oh, yeah.
all the way. That was incredible. I was just like, that is very cool.
It reminds me of an old Call of Duty game and mission, like the sirens going off and the chaos in the streets, and it was hearing their sirens compared to ours. I don't know why it just feels so much more eerie, especially when they're like fading out in the distance. I don't know. There's something about the tone of them, or something. It just creeps me out.
But I have to compare this episode to like the first episodes of like Fear the Walking Dead, when things started
Did
happening.
that. I said that when I was watching
yeah,
it.
That's like
And I'm
when
like,
she looked up.
This just seems so much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Though it did have a little bit of the Shaun of the Dead vibes, but it was still a better portrayal of things happening. It almost reminded me of like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of some of the movies where there's like a crowd of people in the nest. Some girl stops in the middle of the crosswalk, goes nuts, and starts biting people. It was that kind of vibe. It was cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Do we
that,
think
though.
Isabel knew the guy that pulled up and got her in the car?
Oh, yeah.
We know
yeah.
she did.
I think she
she
did.
did.
Yeah,
We
I
know she did.
I figured they were a couple or friends at least.
Yeah.
I had
He can't
someone
speak
come in my
French,
comments
but
and
he
leave like a
sounded English.
paragraph roasting me about the fact that I didn't understand the situation because I'm a man, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all I
Right.
said was she was kind of a dick for leaving him and taking his car.
Well, he was kind of an asshole for being like, we're
No,
not gonna
she
take
wasn't
your
a dick.
sister.
Right.
See, I guess I read it differently. I read it that I felt his exclamation was genuine, that he was like, okay, we can take her to a hospital.
No.
Logically, that makes sense.
No.
He said
didn't
they'll-
mean
No.
he said they were going to take her somewhere that
No.
they could
Yeah,
take
go
care
dump
of
her on
her.
the side of the
Yeah, let
road.
me tell you something. He was giving very much, we gotta survive. I'm not gonna let your sister bring us down. It was giving very much
Exactly.
survival of the fittest. And she was like, you got
Exactly.
me
I
fucked
mean,
up.
both sides. I can't fault him for that. I can't
Her
fault
sister-
either side.
No, but I'm
If it
saying
was
that
my
her-
sister, I would absolutely
sister-
do the same
Her
thing.
sister was all she had in the world.
Yeah.
She probably got 30 niggas on her roster, first of
But
all.
I
That
just-
probably ain't even her only man for real. For her to leave him that easy, give me these goddamn keys. You crazy if you think I'm about to leave my sister. She already said they mama dead, they daddy dead.
Yes,
Clearly her
yes,
sister-
yes.
And how many people knew
Yeah.
immediately when she said, I'll tell her, that she was going to take off with the car?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I had a feeling based on her history with
Absolutely.
stealing the watches and shit.
Before
all
she
I
reached in
was
his
saying
pocket,
was
I
that
was like, she's not leaving her sister. And
If
then when I saw her
he's
reach in his
mad,
pocket,
it's justified.
Right.
She's justified in taking it. I understand. I would have done the same thing, but he's also justified in being pissed off and holding a grudge if he comes. I doubt he'll come back, but if he does, I feel like anger would be justified because that was kind of shitty. Because he didn't have to pick her up in the street; he could have just left her.
But you heard him say, "Don't I always take care of you?" He
Yeah,
was
that-
very
I
much
loved
giving,
that. That was
I'm a
great.
pimp.
Yeah, he
I'm
did seem
pimping
very
you.
compassionate.
Yeah,
He-
that seemed really
that-
compassionate to me.
she
Towards
probably only
her.
fucked with him because he got money. You see how he was dressed and he was
Exactly.
driving a Benz.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Man, he
makes
was
it
also
worse
smart
though.
enough to
Then
have a gun.
if she only liked him because he had money,
No,
that makes
so-
it worse.
Hey, and
Well,
I bet
that's
you he
why
was getting
she's
everything
quick
he wanted.
to ditch him.
Yeah. I mean, if he made it, at least he didn't have to
Figured it
deal
out.
with the baby. I don't know.
But I gotta wonder, was he someone she was stringing along, or did he know that she was basically going
Exactly,
and
we don't know.
stealing?
Yeah.
I'd like to
I
know.
don't
more
think we're
about
gonna
their
end up
dynamic.
knowing. I feel like 6 episodes is not enough time for them to give us enough to care.
Yeah, probably.
Was I
not.
the only one that kind of got like predator vibes? I thought that
Yes.
she was pregnant
I
and
got
the baby
the
died inside of her and then
total-
was like gonna eat
tell
her
you something.
claws way out.
Well,
I flash back to what Lori was telling her show where she was like, "Oh, what if it's dead inside of me and it rips me apart?" And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
God!" But I thought it was. I figured
we
out that it was going to be.
we are jumping
We
all
are-
over the place.
All right. Well,
No,
then
wait, I just
guide
wanted
us,
to say-
Kyle.
This was when she got out of the car and got sick and she was holding on to her stomach. I knew she was pregnant.
Yeah,
could
yeah.
just say the
same
wasn't
thing.
that. It wasn't that much of a mystery to most of us. It's like,
No.
No.
Yeah, I knew.
All
she
I was going to say
pregnant.
was when that happened, I also got pregnant vibes. But I'm like, if she is pregnant, Laurent is 100% her kid. I
said that too.
I was feeling
called
that
it.
immediately. I was like,
Yeah.
there's.
yeah.
I didn't
They wouldn't
connect that
introduce a
until they were
baby
in
to
the
then
church.
just kill it. That's Fear's job.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I definitely connected that. But she was like, and first of all, where was her stomach? Because that's what I was looking for. She was like, how long has it been?
7 months.
And I'm like, and she was like, if no, because
Yeah.
at first she said a few months. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're going to have some time. Then when we get to the church, she said 7 months. I said, bitch, you liar.
I mean, it was. a
But
little
then when she
premature,
woke
maybe.
up in the morning, ever since she was holding her stomach that whole time, every single time they showed her, she was holding her stomach.
And she kind of had a big t-shirt on, so you couldn't really
Mhm.
see how big her stomach was.
Yeah.
Everybody don't get real big. But,
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah,
was like,
they're-
I mean, there's a whole
stomach?
TLC show that's like based around the premise of people not knowing they're pregnant
Yeah,
and suddenly
and I
giving
will
birth.
never understand that.
Me
Yeah, that's
either.
the true thing.
Well,
You
I
know that you
imagine
don't notice
some
you're not bleeding
particular.
anymore?
Yeah,
Like-
there's no menstrual cycle.
Right.
Yes, Jack and I are the experts on
Some
this.
people
so we
still
should be
have
Oh, of
talking about
course.
it.
I've bought him a couple times. I know everything.
I just know I'm too in tune with my body to not know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
people
I don't
really
know.
got to be spacing out to not know.
What
They
happened?
have
I
to
was
be very
I was 3
uneducated.
months pregnant before I found out, but that was
No, I
because
could see that.
I was in the middle of planning my wedding too.
Oh, okay, that makes
Well,
perfect sense though.
If,
That
if you
makes
are not
sense.
on
Them
something
people
that
be on
regulates, you can.
Yeah.
It can vary widely if you are,
Yeah.
not on something that regulates your cycle.
But the whole time,
And
no,
again,
you couldn't go all 9
I'm not
months
the
without knowing.
expert.
Them people, them people be on TV in labor. Oh, what's happening?
Or the ones that
Wow.
just
Shut
happen
out
to
a kid.
give birth like when they're going to the bathroom or something.
You
I'm
ain't know
like,
you was
that's some bullshit.
You ain't know you was fucking? I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
It's
Anyway,
like, did you forget your leg grapple, ma'am? Like, come on,
back to
use your
Lily.
brain here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. So
Then I thought they were going to stop at that ambulance and get stuff that they needed for her, but they took
as
off.
soon as they pulled up, I'm like,
I knew
yeah,
it was gonna be walkers.
it's going to
Yeah.
be Biden's
Do you
coming
guys
around
think
the
that
corner.
she got bit? Because I
Yes.
was questioning it,
Yes,
and when I saw
I
the
called
bandage
it.
on the arm, I'm like, is that a bite or was that from like?
No. She
Fluids?
actually said later on, one
That
of
fucker
those
bit me.
things
Yeah.
must have bit me.
Okay,
Yeah.
And it happened when she was trying to get back to the car.
Yeah, when she
I
opened
was
she
gonna say it looked like
opening
it
the car
did,
the
but
wrong
she
way.
didn't react to it, so I was kind of confused.
Right. Well, why
But-
was she on that side of the damn
Yeah.
door?
Well,
My
Nobody
thing
opens
is,
she's
the door
tripping.
like
But-
that.
your sister said she finna get you some help. Why the fuck did you get out the car in the first place and you already sick? Ooh, can't barely stand up. You throwing up. Why the fuck are you getting out the car?
Natural selection.
And they
Probably.
both had like a six. Their reaction was so delayed. It doesn't. I just think about how I would react to things, even if I have no concept of what zombies are. You look scary walking towards me. I'm not gonna wait till you get close enough to touch me.
No.
We
Well,
know we got
the
some dumb
sister-
people who
the-
react.
I'm
the
gonna go the
sister-
other way.
The sister hadn't actually seen any biters before.
In the house, she had only saw probably whatever she saw if like whenever they were riding around. But
Yeah.
And
No.
Isabel apparently just said the city's going mad. We have to get out now, and we're going now. She didn't say people are biting the fuck out of other people. And
you're sick. but
I
you're
don't think
gonna
she
get out the
even
car.
saw anybody bite someone at that
Yes,
point.
she did,
yet.
didn't she? I thought she
No.
did.
I don't think so.
Isabel had.
Unless that we
Isabel
saw
had.
it.
But they had been driving
Isabel
for
saw that
hours.
waiter
You
being
just
pushed
saw them
onto the
getting hit by
table.
cars and people running around.
No, remember
When
the
I
guy
tell you
who
when I
was
saw
on-
those
the
gas
waiter?
prices, I almost shed a tear.
What was the gas prices?
It was like, I think it might have been in pounds, but someone in my comments clarified and said it was like
In
somewhere
euros.
between like 150 and like $2. And that just made me so sad because it's like between 430 and 450 here right now. Like, I don't need that shit. I want it to be $2 again.
First
No.
of all, when I looked up and saw they had a BP, I said, "Oh wow, y'all got a
Yeah. That's I recognize it
International.
immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the one waiter, there was one biter who was pushing him down onto a table
Yeah.
and biting him. So she saw that.
Okay.
She did.
Also, they
she
had
did
been
see
driving for hours, so or however long they was driving, because you see they went from the city to the country. I don't know how far out, but you saw something.
I mean,
And all
clearly
that
she
time.
wasn't all there because she was making some mistakes. So I wouldn't fault her for just being like slow
And
with
that's
her
why
reaction
she should have stayed her
time.
ass in the car.
That's why she ain't here right now because
Yeah,
she made
so-
some poor decisions.
But
Yeah.
it almost didn't, obviously later on we realized the bite happened, but it was such a quick thing. It reminded me of how Grace got bit. It's like, come on, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You would
They
think there
literally
would have been
didn't
a little
show
bit
it.
more.
I was staring to see if her sister was gonna get bit. I'm talking about staring, and I was like, "Ain't no way she didn't get bit. She was in the crowd too long. They was grabbing her. I was looking at the screen like this."
And I'm sorry, last week you guys were giving me shit about comparing this to The Last of Us.
No,
Gee, a
I
pregnant
didn't give you
woman,
shit.
a pregnant
I
woman gets
agree.
bit and then has a child after getting
You're
bit.
telling me that there can only be one pregnant woman to ever get bit in that universe?
Daryl was
No,
playing
I
a
mean,
very
Last
long
of Us
time
wasn't
ago before
even
the Last
in
of
that
Us
unit.
came
I'm
out.
just saying.
I
Daryl-
felt more Walking Dead game vibes from this, honestly, than Last of Us. With the school
but
of the
I'm-
kids
But I'm
and
saying,
It was very
yeah,
Last
we're going
of
to
Us.
get to the school very shortly, but for a pregnant woman to have a special child after getting bit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the main character has to, get that
Transport.
child somewhere.
Yeah.
Gee,
I
it's
agree.
not- I'm not
Wasn't this
saying it's
literally-
not a good
This was
story.
filmed before the Last of Us came out, right?
No.
Well, the video
Oh.
game had been out for a long time.
yeah, the video
Well, I
game's been
know
out
about
for
the
like a
game,
decade.
obviously.
No, she's talking about the show.
The show.
But I think they
Ooh.
were.
Wait, I think they were in the same.
No,
The
I
ideas for
think
the show were
maybe
already
around
out
the
before
same time, or
Yeah, around. Yeah.
but this might have been shot a little bit after.
Mhm.
Are you
'Cause I
sure?
think Dead City
Yeah.
they
But
kind of
think about COVID
pushed
though.
it back.
Exactly. Like
They
this,
pushed-
like I highly doubt Nicotero was writing and then was writing. All right, so we're gonna make this like The Last of Us.
No. I'm
No.
Yeah, they were.
I'm just saying the story has a lot of parallels.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
I could swear when they decided to push back Dead City, it's because they saw The Last of Us and were like, we got to up our game on these effects. We need to do more CGI because that is friggin' incredible. But that was my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I agree. I agree.
I mean, The Last of Us snap. Y'all know I love that show, so I mean, they snap. The Last of Us was an A+.
I
but-
love The Last of Us,
Yeah.
but I think The Walking Dead already had its fan base established, and I don't think that they sweat
No,
anything.
I'm
Well,
just
The
saying
Last of
it's
Us
a
had
very
its fan
similar
base.
story in some ways, but obviously, I don't want to see this kid get bit to see if he's immune. That is not. What I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is very
No.
Last of Us, Daryl Dixon edition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got similarities,
Mhm.
but
I
it's
just
all
felt
in the
like it was like a-
presentation.
This whole time, I never thought about The Last of Us, but when people keep saying it, I'm like, I see why they could say that. But because I've literally rewatched Walking Dead so many times, somebody is always putting somebody, like somebody's always giving somebody to Daryl for him to take care of them. So like, and he always going on a million side missions by himself. So it's nothing foreign to me for Daryl to be out
I'm
taking
sorry.
care of somebody else that's outside of his group.
Daryl Dixon does not give me nanny vibes. I'm sorry. You
No,
don't
that's
look
the
at
thing.
him-
He don't ask. Somebody just always need his help.
And they're
Like,
like,
look at him
look at
And
this
he's
smelly
what
just
he
guy.
did
always
with
a
Beth.
good guy.
Look how
It's like
good he
Steve
did with Beth.
Harrington.
Literally.
Yeah, that's what I said last week. Like Steve Harrington.
Like, look how good he did with Beth. Wasn't Beth supposed to be like 16?
Yeah, somewhere between 15 and 17, I think.
Yeah, like Daryl always got somebody to take care of that he never signed up for, but he just always do a good job.
Yeah.
Well,
Carol should take some notes.
considering what happened to Beth.
What did he like take
Ooh, I was
on?
about to talk crazy.
What did he like
Ooh.
take on the role of like looking after RJ and Judith because he
Because
thought that
Michonne
Rick
left,
had died?
yeah.
Yeah, and Rick
Michonne
had-
asked him to
Michonne
because
had
she
left.
apparently
'Cause he's
saw
Uncle
past the
Daryl.
smell.
Yeah, so it's like a default right there.
Yeah, Daryl ain't had no choice. Them his niece and nephew, so he had to babysit because everybody gone. You ain't got no choice. Rick gone, Michonne gone. Shit, who else? Daryl, you know it's your turn. Daryl was there when she was born. He was the first one instantly. We got to get something to feed this baby. We ain't gonna lose her too. He was the first one at the prison, right? Judith. So that's Daryl's niece all the way.
It makes me sad that Maggie and Judith didn't have more scenes together when
Same.
she came
Yeah.
back. Because
That
I
was
feel
a
like
missed
that was,
opportunity.
yeah, because if they weren't going to give us the Maggie and Carl stuff, they definitely should have given us the Maggie and Judith stuff, and they didn't. And I agree, it was definitely a missed opportunity. But who
I'm
knows?
kind of
Maybe we'll
pissed
get
off they didn't
Kaylee
talk
back
about
again.
Tyrese.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
how
Judith
Tyrese
should
was
definitely know
after
about Tyrese and all of the fucking shit he did to save her ass.
Yeah.
Fucking changing her
my
nasty ass
God.
diaper in the woods and all that shit.
Tyrese was holding it down. He was her like first baby.
He was holding it down with
Real.
all the kids.
When we was out on the
Yeah.
road thugging and they ain't had no place to live after the prison, Tyrese was holding it down. He was.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's where Carol's gonna come in. He's gonna be like, I gotta call my other favorite babysitter.
Oh no! Keep Lorraine
Leave
away
her
from
Yeah,
that.
Laurent
Y'all
goes
gonna
with
make
Carol,
Michonne
he's dead.
mad now.
Leave her alone. Them kids all had they be giving her kids with deep psychological fucking problems. Or they're
I feel
Well,
like
well,
you're
this
hard
one
pressed to
was
find a kid
born
that
from the
doesn't have
body of a
problems.
biter, so you
Yeah.
know there
They
are
have-
issues there too.
they gave
But-
her kids that was being abused by their daddy. They gave her some kids that was feeding rats to walkers for whatever fucking reason.
Naming them.
They gave her kids that was living in this fantasy land in their mind. They wasn't even living in a post-apocalyptic world.
Well, speaking of kids who
Right.
are living in a fantasy land, let's come to the present because the flashbacks are really cool. But
Yeah.
they get basically Daryl gets ambushed by a bunch of preschoolers. Well, it's been years, so they
Hold on.
You know, little bit of the Lord of the Flies.
They're like
vibe.
sixth
Hold
grade,
on.
7th grade.
When I saw that scene, I thought about Hook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Lost Boys.
I was like Rufio. I'm like, who? Like, where's Rufio at? Because how they came at Daryl's almost like Hook.
Rufio, as you saw, unfortunately got turned into a biter. But you know,
No, and that was
That was
wait,
kid's
real
brother.
quick with Lily. I just gotta say this before I forget, because I might forget. This is how you develop characters. People we don't know. She ain't been on Walking Dead since it came out in 2010. We ain't got all these years to be attached to her and invested. They did so good giving us her backstory. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, and I don't even know this lady, but I like her. Like, I fuck with her. They did. This is how you develop characters, people. I was
Yes.
literally screaming in my reaction video today. This is how you develop characters.
They knocked
did.
down the fourth wall this
They
time.
did so good. But with them kids, I was like, Daryl, you know that's a trap. I didn't even know it was a child at first. But when he was running, I'm like, Daryl, now you
I
should
mean,
know
they
that
were
this looked like a
teenagers,
trap.
basically. Yeah.
Like,
I figured he was being drawn off, and I guess the
yes,
others
I
didn't
was
put
like,
up much
this is
of a
a
fight.
trap. And then when they bust him in the head, I said he can't take too many more times getting busted upside the head.
Exactly.
Y'all gotta stop.
Over and over
Oh, I got
again.
so mad. I get heated whenever they hit him. I'm like, why is my boy always getting beat up like this? God.
He didn't get busted upside the head every
Well,
episode.
don't
Real-
worry,
Yeah.
it's TV universe, and
I
head
tell
trauma
you.
does not have the same effect in a TV universe as it does in real life.
Daryl don't need no more trauma.
If someone
No.
in real life was hit in the head as many times as Daryl
Mm-hmm.
has been on this show, they would be a drooling vegetable. There's
Literally.
no doubt. They'd be,
They really would be.
They would have such brain damage, it would be incredible. So, but
yeah, I knew I was gonna like these kids when I met.
yeah,
I
I'm
knew I
glad
was
that
gonna
they
like
turned out to be more like, cool
The
kids.
Telltale ones.
And what
not
better
like-
timing?
and not like the
Literally
ones
the
from
Telltale
the-
kids.
I was gonna say, like the school with the kids abandoned and like the kids going on runs but going missing. Like that entire fourth season of that just on screen here was great.
Well, they definitely borrowed from different things. I mean, if you'll recall the governor storyline where he met Lily and Tara and Megan, that was from the book Rise of the Governor, and it happened before Woodbury in the book. So they borrowed elements. So I think they borrowed some elements from the game. But yeah, it was pretty neat. I mean, these kids were luckily not Lord of the Flies type things. They had that old woman teacher who was guiding them along, which was good. Otherwise, who knows what they'd be or if they'd even have survived.
Right. When I saw them, I was like, I like them. Can they please not be doing like nothing weird and like have walkers in the basement or some shit? I was like, can we please? Because I really like these kids. I was so happy when they sat down and ate. My eyes, they haven't made me cry with Daryl Dixon yet, but my eyes was watering real bad this
And
episode.
of course,
Like,
Daryl
I almost cried.
has such impeccable table manners.
I know.
And I
Literally.
I know.
love how Laurent always copies him. It is so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Laurent is mad annoying. He is annoying.
He got on my nerve this episode.
Yo,
all
man.
of a sudden,
Ugh.
Because when I first saw him, I literally said, you know what? I don't trust him. So I don't want to sound all murderous in there.
But his dog.
I told her, I said,
Bitchy, you could
put
join
hot
still.
sauce in his mouth because I don't trust kids when it comes to the Walking Dead universe.
Well,
at all.
yeah,
That
He
well,
hasn't
lives
been
Jones-
around other kids. You have to remember he hasn't been around other kids. He doesn't know what it's like. He's been told certain things his whole life, and
That's
now
true.
other kids are
and
coming.
I don't appreciate
And
how
he's
she
still
ain't
annoying.
never told him the truth. But yeah, he
is
was
still
getting on my
annoying.
nerves.
He's annoying. and
Busy,
they've been
get
lying
in
to
this
him, but he's
chat
still
now.
annoying.
Busy's in here. Join the meeting.
Paul,
Busy.
you bastard, get in here. If I'm here, you can be
Right.
here, Paul.
And Erica,
I just
I
felt
agree
so
with you. I
bad.
thought the teacher was like gonna croak and just like, but
I knew that old lady was gonna die.
Yeah.
I felt
For
so
me,
bad.
For me, it was the
medicine
timing
wasn't gonna
of
help.
this
She was
whole
old.
thing.
You can't cure old
No,
age.
she had already been sick for like 6 months. I said she probably just had cancer or some shit.
Yeah.
But
She
like
said she
they
was sick for
found
6
this
months.
this group of people, this group of kids came out of nowhere when their carriage or their donkey takes off, and then
Well,
they're able
he
to
was
get a
being used
horse.
as a distraction to get the biters away.
Oh, we know that thing gonna die anyway. So
And of course,
Yeah, but
yes,
it's just like the
it
timing
died.
was impeccable.
Mhm.
And
You know,
then
I might
that
have had a
teacher was
little
sick
bit of
for
faith.
6 months, and then all of a sudden they go and get supplies, and then they come back and she's dead.
That's usually how
Yeah,
shit
that's a
works.
convenient thing, and pretty much.
Oh, just wake up. I have so much roasting to do for a certain part of this episode that bothered me with more than anything in any Walking Dead show in a very long time.
I hope you're talking about RJ.
oh,
No,
Did
I'm
we-
talking.
did
No,
we
no,
notice
I'm
that
talking
that
about.
was a-
I'm talking about everything that has to do with Daryl once he was in the moat. But we're not there yet. Once we get there, I'll explain my point.
Okay, so we're at dinner, right? That's where we were just talking about. Then we
Telltale
moved to
Games
what?
again, eating the soup and slurping it up. Mashan, come on. That
I-
was
let me tell you something.
one of the funniest things in the game.
Those kids, the state of a couple dozen post-apocalyptic kids, it speaks volumes to who that lady was. So I was like, I fuck with her. Like, she
Oh, yeah.
really raised them kids and really did that. Also, I was very happy to see that it was a girl that was leading them. I was like, see, y'all already know what's going on. But I really, really, really fuck with that old lady. I felt bad when she died. I was like, she did so good
It
raising
is
them kids.
possible that
And I was
she
like, can we like come back and get them or some shit?
It is possible that old lady was clinging on to life, and then she maybe recognized, even though she didn't respond, that adults were in the room
Yeah.
and were probably
Yeah.
going to be helpful. So she was like, okay,
Yeah.
now I can stop fighting.
She was like, oh, I can die
Yeah,
now.
That makes a lot more
no.
sense than it just
Yeah.
conveniently being her time to go.
People giving up and not wanting to live really do got a lot to do with people being alive. If you,
Yeah, except in episode 3.
she was
of
like,
Star Wars.
"Fuck that."
I mean, there's nothing
I
wrong
did-
with
I don't
her,
know
but
what
she
you're
lost her will to live. That's not a good reason to die, Padme. But but when you're already
She was
sick,
probably-
that's one thing.
No, what I'm saying is she already was immobile. She was immobile, non-verbal. She was just laying in the bed. They said she had already been sick for 6 months. So when she probably heard them nuns, she said, "Oh, I can rest now."
Yeah.
I'll say that sounds
So
like
that's probably
my
what it was, 'cause
autistic
that
ass with
lady
a
was not getting
migraine when
out
I was
that
in
bed.
grade school.
Oh.
So
Erica
Giving
says
me
she loves how
euphoria.
the
Granny
show
wasn't
is
going. She
poking
looked
fun
like
at
she was about
Americans.
90.
I was gonna say I feel like we all had at least one teacher or nurse or secretary at our school that reminds us exactly of that one, that we know if everything went to shit, they would take care of everybody without a second thought.
True.
And like she didn't even have a line of dialogue, and I already felt more for her than I did like all of the Fear kids.
Yeah.
Period.
Tamaj
And the
is
world
in the
beyond
chat.
kids.
If you're
Throw them
not
in there,
working,
too.
Right.
don't
I
know
was
none of
like,
them.
join us.
Padre should have took
Hey,
lessons
Tamaj.
from these people.
How you doing?
What Tamaj
Tamaj
in
and
the
Busy
chat?
are
the
both
chat.
in the chat and
In
not
chat.
in the call. What
Well,
is
Busy
this
said he's on
nonsense?
his way, homie. While he said home.
Tamaj at work, so
Yeah.
I don't want to pull the chat up because somebody was talking stupid last week, so I ain't reading the chat no more. They again they're
Okay,
doing
how many
so
of you
good
youngins-
developing these characters.
Now, who you
Kyle.
youngins?
How many of you youngins knew what show that was that they were watching on the TV?
Oh,
I don't remember the
know.
name, but the
Robin
second I
Williams.
saw
Yeah.
Robin Williams, I got
Yeah.
so emotional.
Yeah.
I knew what it was. but I
That's
forgot
literally
what
where
the
I
name-
almost cried.
Yeah, the tears were there. I had to.
Mork
I had
and
to wipe
Mindy,
them
I was
away.
just like,
I was gonna
holy
say
shit.
I've seen every episode of Mork and Mindy a bajillion times because yes, I am of a certain age.
I've
I may
never
not have
seen
watched a single episode, but I know Robin Williams good enough. The second I saw him, it was over.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Robin
what the hell they
Williams.
was watching. Soon as he came on screen, I was like, and it was so little and far away. I was like, is that Robin Williams?
Yeah, I
And then when he
got
started
one hint
talking,
of his
I was like,
face, and
yeah,
I was like,
that's him.
One of the many successful spin-offs from Happy Days.
Happy
So-
Days. Yep.
So maybe they're trying to say, since we had a successful spin-off featured in
That's
our
so
spin-off, it's going to be
funny.
successful.
No, in that moment when they was in the bed, Daryl was like, I will get on the floor.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was calling her out. I'm like, if you do that little booty pop, I swear to God, I was gonna get.
I was
up
gonna
out
get
of
mad
my
if
I'm
she
getting
didn't
the
need it.
impression
Oh my
that,
God.
She ain't a real nun, and she was about to give him a little handy in the tub. So I think
I don't know. I knew
think
that
she's gonna eventually
Daryl
try
wasn't
to
gonna
hook
touch
up.
her. When she got in the bed and he started talking about how him and his brother used to watch it, I was like, that was
Merle
so good.
tears.
Daryl has just been, he's matured so much over the past 12 years. It's insane.
Mhm.
Come on,
I mean,
back
an
to
apocalypse
our
will do
golden
that
pond.
to you, but yeah. Man, right? He went from Chinaman to, he's Korean. Oh, he's matured so much over
Yeah.
12 years.
And he still keeps that listen to me olive oil energy, which I like because you need that sometimes.
Mm.
But it was kind of interesting how Daryl said he was basically lying to him so that they would help him find the place to get the horse. But he ended up getting them all the
And he
medication
just told him
anyway.
straight out.
But then he's like, look, medicine's not going to help at this point,
Yeah.
But
But I didn't even
They-
see
they need to
anything
go
wrong with
back.
the lie because I knew he was actually gonna help them anyway. So whether the lady lived or not, but I
Yeah.
knew he was gonna help them anyway. So
but
I ain't
they
really
need to
care
go
about
back
him
to
lying.
that castle, and they need to basically loot it because he had a
Yeah,
lot
there
of
was
stuff
so
there.
much shit there.
Yeah, everything.
So much.
Wait,
And the guy who was
okay,
there
can-
ain't using it.
Can somebody
Fucking
help me?
Texan.
Are we in the middle? Wait, are we out in the fucking sticks in France? Because how did one man secure a whole fucking castle? And was it always just him?
It wasn't clear. To be honest, I have the AMC Plus app and I cast it on my TV, and the subtitles
Mm-hmm.
don't work. Other than the subtitles work when they're speaking in La France, in French, but it does not.
Le Français.
Francis, yes.
Okay, because
But-
I was
but it
like, because
doesn't-
when
it
the
doesn't
kids
work.
was
I like-
explaining it to him that it's a man.
And he basically
No, when the kids were explaining it that
dragged
it's
all the
a
stuff
man.
away.
Yeah.
Well, if he
Yeah,
came
when the
there
kids was
years
explaining,
earlier when they were all young, I mean, what could they do? He had a gun. They were all little kids. for
But
the most
was it
part.
years? But was it years?
I get the impression that he'd been there for years.
Yeah.
And
No,
he
but
expected
how-
to
I
go home
think
to
why
his
they
wife
thought
and
it was
kids.
so dangerous was the moat.
No. How long had that one boy been there? That encounter.
They
I feel
never
like
said.
that one might have been a little more recent
It's
because
Yeah, that was recent.
Yeah, it was recent. That's what I
he
was
was
talking
still
about.
asking him
Like,
to let
so
him out,
that's
and you
when I
wouldn't be
knew-
doing that after like a year. You wouldn't still every day be screaming
Yeah.
and using your energy and voice, but
And
yeah,
and
again, it reminded me of Telltale with them like coming and yanking supplies. But I was like, I couldn't tell if he went just straight to the school. It sounded like he went into town first and looted the nearby towns first,
right.
and then just came by. Like
I thought
I don't know.
he didn't take stuff from the school. I thought they were somewhere at the same time, and he took all the shit.
Yeah, I think he looted the town. That's the impression that I got. He looted the town,
Yeah.
took everything.
That's why they
Because
said
you
there's no
wouldn't have
supplies
40
because he went
boxes
to
of
everything.
every.
toothpaste if you looted a preschool. You wouldn't get 40 boxes of toothpaste from a preschool. You get
Exactly.
it from a store.
I don't think he ever went to the school because the girl literally said he went to every store, he went everywhere and took everything. So I think they just saw him.
Yeah,
going
they
to
probably
various
that's
places.
probably what it
they
was.
were
They
too
probably
young to do
witnessed him
anything
doing
about
it. Yeah, and so that he just took the supplies and
Yeah.
they didn't try to combat him or anything. And then when they went to try to steal it from him, that's when they
That's
had
when he got him.
problems.
That's
Yeah.
when he got them. Exactly.
Yeah.
They was
Which-
like, sir,
Can
what
we
the fuck you
appreciate
gonna do
the
with 40 boxes of
4
toothpaste?
F-bombs in this episode? I was living for it. Oh my god, I was so hype.
Now
Felt so good.
that one kid, his brother apparently was one of the biters.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I call Rufio now. But
Yeah, the black one. I didn't appreciate that.
but I also don't appreciate the fact that it's like he instantly turned to the young girl who was leading and said, "You lied to me." It's like she probably just found
I
out
didn't
about
like
it
it either.
right then, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, "You lied to me." It's like, no, I had no fucking idea what was going on. So
He didn't. And I know your brother was in that damn moat.
I mean, again, they're children, so they're gonna be irrationally angry about.
yeah, I
Things.
mean that kind of makes sense, but it irritates me. I guess that
I
teacher
think
wasn't
children
as
in
good.
general just irritate you.
Well, that is true. I mean, I had
fair,
Penny, my
but-
daughter, and she got less vocal after she got bit, you know. But
And that was probably better for you.
she didn't talk back, but she did try to chomp onto me, which was not good behavior. But anyway,
No.
I think
I
it's
really
good
love
behavior,
these
so.
Yes.
That girl,
These kids were
the
an A
lead
plus to
girl
me.
reminded me of Susan from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I don't know if anyone else got that, if anyone else has seen that, but
I could kind of see that.
I was
And,
gonna
you know,
say-
being an archer too.
yeah, and that was part of the Clementine and like Marlon and Rosie stuff for me too. I saw her with the bow and the kids missing, and I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, this is combining like all of my favorite mediums of television and movies
But
all together, and it's great.
Daryl apparently got a crossbow. Was that a crossbow?
And I
that
was
he
trying to
used?
figure out where the fuck he came from.
He must have
Yes.
grabbed it.
When he put the arrow through that boy's head, I was like, where the fuck did you get that from, sir? I was so confused.
Was
and
it
Lauren
one of the
wanted to
evil
stay. I
weapons
was
that he
like,
took
see,
from
now you're
church?
starting to get on my nerves. That's
It
what
was
I
so-
assumed, but we haven't seen him carry anything but that one little bag
Yeah.
he's been carrying. So that's why I was like, where did that come from? Maybe
and
they
he's got
had it in
his
the carriage.
flail that he,
Yeah,
But it's
okay.
so good.
Of course.
Can we
He was
Can we
so
all agree how
hot when he was
awful
doing that.
that
Oh,
moat
God.
scene was?
God.
I mean, I was
The
he should have
amount
been
of
overwhelmed.
plot armor. Did you guys notice that we have new variants now? They're called standards that
Yeah,
don't
they just
fucking
stood there
move.
behind him. They just stood behind
They
him.
just stood there like
Yep.
No,
for like
You see,
14 seconds straight.
No,
Yeah.
they were
No, these
mines.
spiders-
They were stuck in a box that was invisible.
no, these
That's-
spiders actually used to be real life actors in kung fu movies where they'd all singly attack the hero. They'd all
One at a time.
one at a time. They'd never
Yeah.
rush in a group. They would always just one at a time.
Yeah, it's
So
like
they can
Dragon
get taken
Ball.
out.
Then
or
wasn't- so
every
then
animated
wasn't-
superhero movie.
Then wasn't the Atlanta Walkers that ate Rick horse? Well, the horse that he took.
No, they
This
they
is-
at
this
least
is
seemed
what
like they
got me
had some
with-
purpose.
No, that's what I'm saying. Them Atlanta Walkers wasn't fucking playing. They was about to
No.
pull Rick off the horse.
Yeah,
But no, so when Daryl fell,
they were drinking.
first of
water,
all,
I think.
I knew something wouldn't go right with that man. Can we talk about how his fellow American was so happy to see him?
It
And
made
that's
me so
how it
sad
be.
when he died. I was
No,
like,
no.
oh.
That's
Sad.
how it be. I don't know.
I was like,
what
you
it
just-
is. I don't know what it
I was
is.
like,
when
you just
see a
don't know.
fellow- when you
Daryl-
see someone who is like from your own country, you know, because you're not the only one. I mean, like you
How
be
the
in a
hell he got over
classroom,
there to friend?
you be in a classroom, and if you're
Mhm.
the only black person, you trying to see if there's another black person in your classroom. You're like, oh yes. So I guess
That
that's
was him,
it for
literally.
I was
for
gonna say
him,
that was always
American.
me with redheads. They're a rare
I
breed,
didn't-
but when
I-
I find them, I know I got my
Who's a
people.
redhead in this?
I didn't
Oh,
like
there
the
he
guy
is.
from the very beginning.
Well,
I didn't like
did
him,
we
but I
notice
knew
that
don't
they
like a lot of
actually
people.
used- Did we notice that they actually used the same name? Like we have RJ the kid, and then now we have RJ the American.
Yeah,
When he said
asshole.
RJ, I was like,
yeah, I thought that was
Mm.
funny. It gave me Jeffrey Grimes vibes.
Yeah.
that's funny.
yeah, it was.
But when he was talking to Daryl, I was like, you just don't know. Daryl is not the God bless America type. You can hang this shit up. Like,
it's like there are no
Now,
countries
Abraham-
so that's why I thought it was funny. That was
Oh,
funny.
Abraham. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Abraham would have been livid.
No, Abraham. No,
God bless
Abraham would have
America.
been like, "Why the fuck you got a child locked up?" Nah, Abraham would have been
I
like,
just
"Why
don't
the
know
fuck
why
you got
he
a
didn't
child
off
locked
him
up?"
right
Abraham
away.
wouldn't fuck with that.
Walked
Because
up right
he's a
behind him and
human.
killed
He
him.
had that
And I
boy in there
mean-
locked up.
He was shooting at kids and keeping that one friggin' prisoner in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
the
I mean, the
point of
kids came
keeping
in
him
trying
as
to
a
rob
prisoner.
him. I don't
Yeah.
blame him for
You
stopping him.
can't. But you can't.
And to be
lock
fair,
up
he was
kids.
shooting at Daryl.
He cool.
He was a
points.
kid. He could have at least been like, "Hey, I'll
Yeah.
give you some if you help me do this."
Not
Or,
in
you know what I mean?
apocalypse,
Like,
honey.
No,
No,
no.
not in apocalypse.
He's from Texas. They don't give handouts in Texas.
No.
No.
Let me tell you something.
No.
I feel like
We love you, Texas.
you clearly see how he was living in Texas. Cause my thing is, how the fuck did he get to France? Is what I want to know. You wasn't out on your
How he
land in
moves
Texas
He's like the
somewhere.
kind of
How
guy
long
that
have
would
you been in France?
randomly win a cruise.
Yes,
Well,
some
he's
weird
the
shit
kind of
where he
annoying
just happened to
American
finally
who-
leave the stick.
And then he just got stuck there.
And I bet he didn't speak any French.
I felt like he
Yeah.
left the sticks. He left the sticks for the first time and got stuck in France. I feel
Yeah.
like that's what happened.
And
to
then
him.
that was it. And he was done. And he
Yeah,
had no
Mhm.
problem commandeering a castle
and that's why
because
he's like, "Oh my god, an American."
Now,
I mean, I don't know if
he
you
I
guys
mean,
I've
Daryl
seen
looked like he
those.
would be the type to be his friend.
Yeah. or Merle.
But did he not have
You can't judge a book by its
motorcycle
cover.
in that castle? It looked like he had a motorcycle there.
I definitely think he did, or at least some form of
He had a lot of shit in
one
there.
that
Yeah,
is
he had
in
like everything
the
in
UK
there, and
or
they just
France
stuck with
or-
the horse. It's like, come on, Daryl, there's a motorcycle.
And that's
I mean,
why I was
fuel
curious.
isn't
Are
easy
we
to
in the
come
middle
by.
of butt fuck nowhere? We have to be in the middle of butt fuck nowhere in France for that man to be living by himself in a whole ass castle and he has not been raided by anybody.
Well,
40
the kids have been
cases of
trying to
toothpaste.
raid him and they've been failing. Or
And
that
that's
entire
his only
moat's
trouble. That's
been
how you
raiding
know
him.
they are out in the country somewhere far away.
I have a feeling
They are
France has a
nowhere
lot
near
less people
pairs.
alive percentage-wise than the U.S. does. Because with all the variants, they're going to
started
get
there?
fucked up.
I would believe that too.
Yeah, because it started there, and the variants are going to fuck them up way faster.
Yep.
I agree. I agree.
I'm
with
praying
that.
we get more of that next episode because
You can't even get grabbed by one of they walkers. You don't know what the fuck gonna
No.
happen. So
Well,
I mean
apparently they
half the
combine
U.S.
pregnant
has
women.
sensitive skin
Right.
and
Right.
would just be miserable if they even got touched by one of the burners. Whereas like Daryl's like, I'll spit on it and shit on it, pour some dirt, and I'm fine.
Mhm.
Whereas like most people, like they'll be out of commission for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like burns
Mhm.
are no joke.
when Daryl, even though I know that Daryl got some of the thickest Walking Dead plot armor of all the time, when he fell in that bitch, the way I gasped, I was like,
See, I was about to gasp, and then I'm like, oh, but he has plot armor, so he's fine.
I mean, he's the main character of the show. He's not going to get bit or,
no. But at the same time, Walking Dead has Walking Dead. Swear to God, if Daryl Dixon ever got bit, I'm literally writing off the whole universe. Like that, what are we doing?
I could even get bit on the ankle
real.
and they cut off his leg, and then he's got to, figure out how to ride a motorcycle with one leg.
I would be so pissed if Daryl ever got bit. So I'm like, I know he not gonna die, but I'm just like saying, when he fell in there, I was like, what if he got bit and then they gotta fucking cut his arm off? Just anything. I was like, I swear to God, if Daryl ever get bit, I'm writing off the whole universe. Like, I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I'm not.
No, I mean, we knew when he fell in that he was gonna get out of there fine. And yeah, Jack has a point about, the biters did not rush him.
And the bomb!
And then he does the whole shooting
the bomb.
The fuel.
Is what I
blew up
didn't
everything
understand.
in front of him and behind him, but not him.
Kept him alive, but it killed just about everything else.
Right.
At least it knocked him off their feet.
Like, I thought he blew up the gas cans, but it's like, I mean, it is a castle, a real castle. He just got behind that little piece of that stone wall, and I was like, is that enough?
No,
I mean, the ones that were behind him died, though.
Exactly.
And that's what I didn't get. And then when his ears were ringing, I was like, the amount of he should be deaf this far into the apocalypse.
Well, yeah, everyone's been shooting guns without protection for years, so everyone.
And Daryl has impeccable hearing.
So quiet, sneaking up on the guy when he was shooting his gun, and I'm like, he can't hear you. He's been firing a rifle like this. He's not gonna hear shit coming up behind him. There's no way. That's another thing they ignore on TV, but yeah.
I mean, they didn't ignore it with Rick in episode 1, but after that, they dropped it.
Even if you can't hear somebody,
watch David Morrissey because of you, Governor. Well, it's a good one to watch.
Even if you can't hear somebody, I feel like you should still be able to feel it. I don't care what nobody say. I can feel when somebody's staring at me. So you don't feel it when somebody creeping up behind you. Like, even if you don't hear it, like, I don't understand how people don't feel it.
I feel
I don't know.
Some people just ain't got
like,
that sixth sense.
I could. So
Has anyone ever snuck up behind you and scared the shit out of you?
All the time.
Well, then that's what happens there.
Literally, no. The only time I've ever been scared at the house, let's say if I'm upstairs and I'm coming down the stairs and I'm about to walk through a couple of rooms to go through the kitchen, my brother will fucking jump out the kitchen, but like, that's not like somebody sneaking up on me. I like ran into some shit. Yeah, he used to do that shit all the time.
Oh god.
But you can feel it when somebody's looking at you. So that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Big Rob said that he wouldn't be surprised
Anyway.
if Daryl was the cure.
Oh,
Daryl was the cure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
don't
So
think
wait, how
anyone's
did
the
we feel
cure.
when Laurent wanted to stay with the kids? When he wanted to stay with the kids, he was
They
starting.
should have
That's
left
when he
his
started to get
ass
on my
right
nerves.
there.
I
Left
mean-
him there.
But he's supposed to be the Messiah, which I'm like, okay. I could see him being maybe special because of the circumstances of his birth, like Ellie, but
child.
I'm not necessarily
stay
buying
there.
the whole Messiah thing.
He
But,
had
and
to
I
stay with
totally-
his disciples now. Come on, Governor.
I totally understood. He grew up with a bunch of nuns, no one his own age, so yeah.
Yeah, and not really many men other than the other father that was there. I'm
We don't
thinking
even know
that,
how long Jean was
yeah, I was gonna
dead.
say, I'm thinking the sister bit him.
That's what I was thinking. It's like,
That's
what are
what
you
I
trying to do an
said.
exorcism
Imagine
on
if
him?
her
When he
sister's
was trying to
walker
pray in
form
the
is still
exorcism,
there.
When he was trying to
No.
pray to her, that's literally what I said. I was like, did she
Can't
bite
be
him?
it, though,
Because I don't
because he
recall
taught
them
Laurent
giving
everything.
details.
That can't be it.
But I don't remember them giving
I
details
doubt
on how
it's
he
the
died.
case because Laurent.
Because Laurent learned everything from him.
Right. So I think it was
happened
stupid
later.
to try to do an exorcism. Should have just stabbed her in the head, but I don't think he got bit at that time. I
Maybe
think
they
it was
kept
later
the
on.
sister alive because they thought that they had to keep performing exorcisms. And maybe he was bit by her at some point, but it was later.
That's possible, but we only
It's
found...
more possible than Daryl getting out of that moat alive.
Well, lots of things are more
But
possible
Daryl,
than that.
That's
And
why
him
when
surviving
Daryl
that
fell in
arterial
mold, I
bleed
was
in
like,
season 10.
The Walking Dead knows that if they kill off Daryl, they will have a fucking uprising.
And they also won't have a show anymore. So
there will people.
Yeah.
There will be
Yeah.
people who haven't watched since season 3 that will come back and raise hell.
I mean, they could at
Kill
least
Daryl.
pretend like they don't know that he's gonna live, though, or don't put him in situations that he absolutely shouldn't get out of. Like, at least
Yeah.
try to make it somewhat believable. Like, I get he's the main
I mean,
character and you're not
if
going
you
to
gotta
kill him, but at
remember,
was a
least
hand
pretend.
grenade. If it was a hand grenade or something, if he had found a hand grenade and threw that and that exploded, those have a tendency to go up. They're supposed to spread shrapnel. So actually putting your head down and being a few feet away from a grenade, you
better than
still
being
wouldn't be able
further
to
away.
hear shit,
Yeah.
but you might be able to survive that. But those canisters were just going to explode in all directions, and he should have been dead.
Yeah, there were
So-
several gas cans. I feel like the logic was half the walkers were distracted eating that man like a fucking prosciutto hanging up in the basement. Like,
That-
literally.
I was thinking he was definitely a distraction so that Daryl didn't have to deal with all the
To
violence.
only some of them, not the ones that was behind Daryl, but the other ones, yeah. They
But
was
the
tearing
other
his
ones
ass
still were just like, what? We've not had somebody just 2 people fall down at once. I'm not
Right.
sure what we're supposed to do
Right.
with the second one.
And there was a
let's stand here.
perfect path, clear in the middle. Like, they were hugging one wall and the other, and there was a perfect opening for him to, like, keep walking back and forth through.
And just spin his.
I
Yeah.
was kind of wondering if maybe we could just give it an explanation, like maybe there was some kind of chain that was like from the wall, one wall to the other, and they were caught behind it, or
up.
like
Would
Did
have
you
loved
see a
that.
chain?
That would have made sense, but nope. They just walked right on through.
I'm giving them the benefit of
When
the
they
doubt.
first showed it, I was like, oh, it's better than a moat full of walkers. Like, literally, it's better than water because water evaporates.
And or that
I
people
was
could
so excited
swim.
when I saw that. I was like, we are really out here in France. Like, Daryl is out here and all of this beautiful architecture that people come visit, and he's just trying to get the fuck home.
Now, if there was actually water in
this
the
is-
moat
this-
with biters,
great
that would have
trip.
actually been cool because then, they'd be
That would
harder
have been
to
scary. That
spot.
would have been good.
I want to know
Yeah,
how
that would've
that
been good.
gardening tool held him up so that he could get up that rope.
I forgot about that. God damn it.
What the hell?
That was even. They knew they had to skip that whole scene because they knew there was no way we'd believe it. Same with Aaron and the rope in the window.
I literally said that because when he
I thought
when
he
he
was
told
going
the
to
girl,
pull
he was like,
down
"You got
the
something?"
bridge.
Damn it. Piss me off.
He
Wait,
just
a few
magically
things.
appeared on the other side.
right? No, it was a few things with
It's
the
like when
girl.
you skip a
I know
cutscene.
for a fact Daryl. I knew for a fact Daryl didn't want none of the kids to go with him. I was like, Daryl is taking a child with him on a mission.
And then he locks her in
He
the
doesn't
shed.
put children in danger.
Very
So when he
Carl
locked her
Needham.
in there, I was like, okay, exactly. But like in other Walking Dead spinoffs, they shit don't be making sense. So I be having to be on my toes. So they consistent and shit is still making sense with Daryl. So that's good. So when he locked her in there, I was like, okay, that do make sense. Cause I'm like, I was surprised. I was like, you just gonna let her go with you? So when he
Yes.
locked her in there, I was like, okay, that's cool. After asking for something bigger, which he definitely needs, because Daryl is not light.
No.
And so when he got up, I was like, is he gonna make it? And then they cut to him being on the other side. So
yes.
So-
I had to focus on the moat after that, so I forgot.
So Mercenary X84 just put up a point. How many people are going to start calling him Father Daryl? I know a lot of you ladies call him Daddy.
Oh my
I said that in the
Who
video. I'm
said
like,
that?
oh, don't you prefer Daddy Daryl?
Who said that?
I've never
When
called
she
him
called
Daddy.
Someone in
over
the
here.
chat.
What are you talking about?
There's plenty of people that call him
when the
Daddy.
kids was
And-
coming down, when the kids
Why
was coming
isn't
down the
Bissy here?
stairs, when the girl,
Because he's
Probably
late.
taking
Right?
a shower. and what you
Uncle
call it?
Daryl forever.
No, he doesn't need to shower. We're not in the same room as him. I
Came
just
from
came out here
work.
from
He came
work.
from work.
I did too.
Came from- you know, people like
Actually,
to shower.
Zoom is
Yeah.
getting really good. I
No.
can smell that stench from here, Jack.
not really getting
You
good.
change your towel.
Punk.
Ew.
When they're
Oh, wait,
Also-
that's my bottom
oh
lip.
wait, one thing that kind of confused me. One thing that kind of confused me with the kids, I was like, y'all just kidnapped these random adults and brought them home. Y'all don't even know who these people are. But when she
That's what I'm
talked to them,
But they only tied up Daryl.
yeah, that was the part. Yeah, and she was like, "Who are y'all? We're nuns. What about him?" Yeah, he is, but he
Father
American.
Daryl, he's
When
I
she
think
called him
that
Father Daryl, I literally screamed.
And they're
I was
making
like, that's
fun
the
of
best
he's an
shit I've
American. He doesn't
ever
know
heard.
French.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's stupid.
Wait,
It's
and when
like,
she
oh.
told him when they told him to bless the fool, I just about fell out. I was like, that's
Yep.
the
He
best shit I've
said,
heard.
he said, you want me to do what?
Yeah. I was
Well,
nervous.
Like,
I'm
I
like,
thought I was gonna do like rub a dub dub. Thanks for the
Right.
grub.
yeah.
I thought he was gonna be like,
I think I
Grace,
almost cried when
and
he
that
was
was it.
crying. Yeah.
I was gonna cry too, because he actually did good. Now
Yeah.
he ain't give no Ezekiel speech, but for Daryl, that was an A+ for what he did. Now
Yeah.
Ezekiel would have got up and gave a whole. But yeah, Daryl,
My
he did
brothers and
good considering the
sisters.
fact that he's not anywhere.
Yeah.
Enjoy this meal.
Right?
I am King Ezekiel.
Ezekiel would have laid it out.
King
And the
Ezekiel's like
little
one of them
girl, they
people.
was like, "This is our chef."
He's like
Yep.
that in real life. Kari Payton just like that.
Yeah,
in real
King
life.
Ezekiel is like one of them people who pray around the food that you can't, you kind of like in your head, like, can you please finish so I can eat this food?
Yes, because he gets
My-
in his whole
My
heart.
dad used to tell me that when he was growing up, if his dad had like a long day at work, he'd do the same thing. Like my grandma would be like, "Oh, hun, say grace," and he'd be like, "Grace," and then just start going. And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Well, Daryl
that's
started
right.
eating before Grace, which was,
Exactly. I got.
I
that
mean,
from
it's Daryl.
my
What do you
granddaddy.
expect?
That's literally what he do. Grace, and that's what I thought Daryl was gonna say, and he actually tried.
Yeah, that was like kind of philosophical. It was good. I like.
I
it.
was
Mhm.
so man. I wish that Father Gabriel was kind of like there for a bit, kind of like, cause like what he said with Gabriel, like God ain't here or what have you, like that, and see how
God isn't here
Daryl
anymore.
It's kind of like, so do you believe? Like if Father Gabriel was there, like, do you believe now? Like, I'm like, no. I mean, something's going on,
I
but
was
no, I don't
unexpectedly
believe.
got my faith back. My name's Daryl.
Yeah,
Yo,
The
JC,
nun
you
was-
taking
Isabel was
requests?
So proud of him.
yeah.
Isabel was so proud of him.
That's
She
why I was
like,
nervous when they shared a bed. I'm like, you better keep it to yourself, sister.
Daryl is respectful.
Daryl
though.
is a consenting.
No.
If he's a consenting adult and
I
she's a
knew
consenting
Daryl
adult,
wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
But
He's
when
got
she
Connie
sat
waiting
down,
at
I
home
was like,
for
"You
him.
better not fucking touch him."
It just
she
threw me
didn't, so I
back to
was
the
like-
women are so
governor
possessive
and
of
Lily,
someone.
and when she just started like pushing up on him, and I'm like,
man.
don't
If
you
Daryl
dare!
found out, if Daryl realized that Isabel trying to touch him, he probably would kick her off the bed.
Well, he probably thinks
Like-
she's really a nun.
He would really
Yeah,
leave.
probably.
So he's like, no.
She is. She's reformed. She turned her life over to God because she was out here wilding.
Well,
Yeah.
And the nun
we know
saved
she's
her
dressed
sister.
as a nun. She knows the prayers because she's been hanging with nuns. Whether she actually took the vows and stuff.
I was gonna say those Catholics.
She did.
Mm.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. So I ain't
We
gonna
don't,
like
we
say
don't know.
anything.
I feel
I'm just
like-
saying she's walking the walk.
I feel like she a real
She's talking
nun.
the talk.
I feel like she a real nun, but she just with the shit because of how she was already living her life before then.
Maybe.
Well, it's
I
easy
don't
to be
think
a
they
nun
had a
when there's like
large options for
one
wardrobe.
celibate priest and the rest are women. And you got to know that in convents, I'm sure some of the women enjoy each other's bodies, They may be married.
Or
I
the
was about to say
Jean
something so
Pierre
crazy.
dude, the other guy.
Well, he been dead, so I don't know.
Well,
we don't know
I
how
mean,
long
there
he
was
been
a
dead.
decent amount of
Before
time
his
he
death,
wasn't.
it's like, Father, forgive me, I have sinned. I'd like to get on my knees in front of you, and anyway,
Sin again.
and sin again. I had lustful thoughts.
Father,
feel like
not
she
the
a real
father.
I
I'm
think
not
she reformed.
I feel
sexualizing
like she a real-
Daryl and Isabel. I
Yeah.
think that she's
No,
just
I'm
sitting
glad.
back as
I
a
didn't want that to
sister, and
happen.
she's loving the progress that she's seeing Daryl express. Like he went from running away to coming back and fighting, and now he's agreed to take Laurent and her and what's the other nun's name? Sophie.
Yeah, Sylvie.
Yeah, so he has taken these people on, and then he also proved himself at dinner by what it was that he said during his prayer. Like he has multitudes progress through just 2 episodes of this show, and I think that she's
Now she
really
just has to
seeing
work on
that,
those
and
table
she's just admiring it from afar. I don't think that she feels that way for Daryl, but I think that a lot of the viewers are kind of wanting it to happen so they can be mad about it, but at the same time,
Oh,
they
to be
don't,
mad about.
we
Okay.
don't want it to happen. But I don't think
know.
it is happening. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
think
don't
it's
anticipate, but you know,
Walking Dead has done some
I don't
crazy
know
shit with
anybody that
relationships.
wants that to happen.
I think
So,
they're trying to do
I
like
don't
a
really give a
time.
shit.
no. I don't think they want it to
Daryl needs to
happen, but
get
I
some,
think
he
they
needs to get
want to
some.
be able to be mad about it happening.
I get what you're
Oh, yeah,
saying.
people always want something to be mad about.
Yeah.
Right.
but
Speaking
yeah,
of character development, him walking and talking with Laurent because he didn't want to leave the kids and he had that too. I'm walking then. But you see, he was going also, y'all saw that Sylvie was there as a child, right? And that's why
Yeah.
she's so
I
much
was gonna
younger than
say
Isabel.
I wasn't 100% sure if that was
the
her
little
or
black
not,
girl
but I
with
think
the
it
fro.
was.
Yes, that was her.
That was her.
That's a good
And
point.
so I was
Very
like,
good
okay,
point.
so that's why they so tight. And when he was like, I'm not going, Sylvie was like, and he got his ass on out that door. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm like,
Yeah.
he don't even know that Isabel is his fucking auntie. That's who he's supposed to be listening to, is his auntie. I don't even think he know that that's his auntie.
No.
well, and he
Because the
also
way
thinks
that
that
he
his father was a
described it-
soldier. Who knows who the father is?
Exactly, because she
Oh,
don't
they
even
spelled it
know.
on Twitter last night
When
who the
she-
father is.
Oh, don't
They don't
tell
have
me. Because when she
Montel,
asked her sister
The French
ain't get her
Montel
no
is going to
answer.
come in and be like, "You're the father."
Mm-hmm. And bring on more.
So, also, can we talk about how they left up all the baby books of Laurent, the whole map up on the fucking wall,
Yeah, that
with
was
the
kinda
knowing
weird.
that man wasn't dead? I
Maybe
was
that's why she
so
changed the
I
path at
said,
the beginning of the episode. Because Daryl's like, aren't we going to Paris? It's a straight shot. And she's like, no, the plan's changed. And she's like, we're going here now. Because
and they showed him again, so you know we're gonna see him
No,
again.
I
I'm
think
like,
she
Daryl,
just
you
wanted to
let
take
that
a
lady
different route
leave
to
that
get
map
there.
behind.
she just wants
Does
more
anybody
time
know?
with Daryl.
Does anybody know what his name is? Because I keep calling him Gaston, and I know that's not right.
No one fights like Gaston. No
I don't
one
know his
fights
name.
like Gaston.
Wait, are you talking about the toy soldier looking motherfucker?
The Gaston looking motherfucker.
I don't know. I don't call him anything. I don't know.
That's
Name.
the only
Somebody
bad thing
Google
about
it.
this being in French is that I don't know everybody's name.
I only know Sylvie, Isabel, Laurent. The main characters.
I
just
know
with
like
Daryl.
Laurent, Sylvie,
Cadrin.
Isabel, Jeanette, Marion, Jeanette. That's the
Who's
captain on the boat.
Jeanette?
The captain
Jeanette
on the
is
boat.
the CRM bitch.
They're on the boat in the
Oh,
last,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say I
Uh-huh.
forgot her name, but yeah, no, the guy you're talking about, as long as I'm thinking we're thinking the same person, the one that came back at the end, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's let me
Cordon
get
bleu.
Spell it. Spell
the-
it.
it's
Spell it.
Cadron, Codron, Cadron.
Mm-hmm.
Cadron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cod like the fish, Ron.
Cadron.
The acting is so good. I really like him.
Yeah,
he didn't even
that-
have no damn lines.
Except,
I want him
except
to
the
fucking
Bitas.
die,
The
but
Bitas
the
didn't
acting
tax
is-
very well, but you know.
You know
Actually,
they've been
I want
trash so far.
Maribel to die. I'm pissed that Maribel gave
She gotta
Daryl
go.
up like that.
You gotta go.
Oh yeah, no, Maribel. I'm still praying on her downfall.
Well, they haven't showed her. I don't know what she getting up to. So
If they
know.
if they have the audacity to show her again, it better be her dying.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't.
agree. I think she's got spunk. I think she made a mistake. I think she might make up for it.
It's not the kind of spunk I want.
No.
Please don't say it's going to be a Charlie situation.
She didn't kill anybody.
She did indirectly, Daryl.
She
And
didn't
those
kill
bugs.
Daryl.
Well,
Daryl's alive.
she killed me. She killed
She
Michelle
got
and then tried to get Daryl
Gaston
killed. for
on
it.
him, and Gaston's gonna try to fucking kill him.
I can take Charlie any day with that other heifer any day. I'm sorry. You know, I can understand why Charlie did what she did in
Yeah.
her point of view.
Oh yeah, she was 100% justified,
Yeah.
but
So
we're
but
gonna
that
hate her
other,
for it
but
'cause
that
we
other
like
heifer. No, you gonna kill?
Oh,
and
the
gonna blame
redhead?
it- Huh?
Are you saying that you're talking about the redhead that you hate?
No, the one who blamed Daryl for Michelle.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
yeah.
Fear still. I was like,
No,
that's
no,
just
I can take Charlie. No, what I said about Charlie, I can understand why Charlie did what she did, but with this heifer chick who lied on Daryl, about Michelle.
And Daryl ain't do
I'm sorry.
Well,
shit to
what-
her.
I mean, you guys are looking at Daryl like you've been with him since the beginning of The Walking Dead. You have all this loyalty
Look,
for
here
him.
we go with this.
She
thing.
met him for 3 seconds, and
And he
basically,
was so nice and gave him
And
a
he
med bag
saved
and
her
everything.
fucking life. And he
Yeah.
saved her life in those 3 seconds. And she was like, woo, thank you. Now let me lie on you and get you killed. What the fuck? What?
well,
No,
she
so no.
she lied about him because otherwise, if she said, "Oh yeah, that's the guy I killed," she was dead right then and there. So
She
know,
could have taken it like a
Deserved it.
champ.
She could have made.
Deserved it.
Why should she
She
give
did
up her life
She
for a
coulda
guy
made
she
up
met for 3
anything.
seconds?
Because she didn't deserve it
First of
anymore.
Hold on,
all-
did she give
This
up
my
his
thing.
name before they
said
that
the
dude found
American.
Michelle?
Said American.
No,
American.
she said he's an American.
Oh,
And also,
I don't think she knew his name.
okay.
I don't
Like
think
there
she
was
knew
no
his name.
Americans in friggin' France when this whole thing went down. The
Well,
only
there was
one
a
you'll
And
find.
I was so mad when I saw Daryl left his tape too. They left the map, the tape, they left every damn thing. And they wasn't in a rush because they had a whole service after everybody died.
That's
did.
So they
true.
left the tape, all the right baby pictures, the map. They left every fucking thing. I
They
said,
left
y'all
everything so the plot
just
could
ain't
continue.
crossing your T's and dotting your I's.
Yeah,
Man,
exactly, Governor.
I'm
Just so
thinking
it
he
could
was gonna be
continue.
kind of like it would. No, it would have been even more badass if he would have been like following them and tracking them on the road type shit. I didn't know the nigga was gonna walk in there and just find everything and be like, I know where they're going.
I mean, if they had
Well,
10 episodes, maybe they could have done that. But since they have 6, I get him finding it. I have a feeling by the end of next episode, we're probably going to get him finding them again or like
Well,
capturing
he's got to
Daryl
hook
or
up
something.
with the people from the boat, according to some of the previews.
No.
So
Yeah.
Oh, I want him to die so we could worry about the people on the boat. He is small to me. I want to see the people on the boat.
Yeah.
That's the big fish that I want to see. Fuck him and his ragtag group. Fuck that.
Well, he's
Y'all- half
the
of y'all
one
got killed
that, because he's seen the map, can help the people on the boat get after Daryl. So that's what's going on here.
That's true.
But yeah,
By the
Mr.
way, I
Cordon
And
wanted
giving
Bleu-
up their whole group of friends.
I wanted to thank Cleo because she said that the character's name is Sylvie, not Sophie. I'm sorry, I said the wrong
Yeah,
name.
Sylvie.
That's true. That-
Absolutely unacceptable. Saying the wrong name.
All right, I'm going to eject you from the chat right now. No.
Damn it.
How many more variant
How
types
do
do you
we
guys
feel-
think we're going to get?
Well, we got the
One
burners
every
and the
two
standing
episodes.
arounders.
Shit.
So, you know.
No, we have the mimes. That's from France, right? Mimes started in France.
Look, it's like 28 days later. I'm all for all that, other variants, because right now I don't give a flip rip how many they are. I'm just waiting for one runner, one banging at the door, breaking doors. I'm just ready for that. Okay,
They were
I'm
ready.
waiting for
They
one
were
bite
ready.
to come
I
out and
wanna
like,
see
See the
horde
ones in
of
the
two
subway?
guns.
I want to see like that 28 days later.
She
type of
want to
Winter
see.
Cup.
She want to see a French horde, and they gonna
Yes.
scare the shit out of Laurent.
Yes.
That little
So
boy
I'm
gonna
thinking that
shit
we
on
probably
himself.
gonna get that episode 7 or something like that. I don't know.
We
I'm
only
ready.
have 6.
Not
I
7. not
mean, the ones
7.
that were
Thank
in the
you,
subway
Jack.
were
6.
definitely runners.
Yeah. So I'll just hope. I want to see.
Yeah.
A horde of them.
I think
She
we're going
just
to get
wanna
some in
see
the
him-
next episode.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't look at the sneak peek. Don't say nothing.
I didn't.
Well, I just
I-
in the
I-
general, in the promos in general,
Okay.
we've seen them moving with some haste
I
throughout
haven't.
Yeah.
scenes that we haven't seen. So could just
I
be
haven't.
they're not America walkers and fat and slow.
Is
I
that
like
why
having
most
the
of the
variant.
U.S. walkers
Honestly,
are,
probably.
and the ones that
He's
are,
even in Walking
and you know who
Dead.
the standards are? Scientologists. That's
You
what it is.
muted, man.
Remember-
Fucking
You
Tom
muted.
Cruise.
Remember
That's
in
so
Walking
weird.
Dead? Because even in Walking Dead, remember the ones in Walking Dead that fucking hibernate? So I mean, we done seen walkers that ain't always chasing people looking for something to eat.
Hey, people.
Hey, busy.
Oh, it's
Busy.
about time. my
yeah.
brother.
It's
You're
like
so cute.
I was
I
about
like
to
your
start
hair
wrapping
up.
this up, and
Thank
you
you.
show up.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
hear
damn!
that.
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize it was already 9:15. Holy
9
shit!
well, it's
10:15
10:15 where I am.
We're in the future, man.
We can always run over time.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
How
Your
you
call.
doing,
I'm
busy?
sure you don't.
I'm good. I'm tired. But I'm excited to be here with you guys.
How did you feel about the episode?
It was fun. I liked it. A lot of questions. I have a lot of questions, but still.
What is it? Because we've talked about everything just about.
Probably missed
Right?
a lot.
Damn new.
Well, one thing, I know this is unrelated, but I'm like really bad with names. And so when I was editing, I realized I was calling Laurent Lamont.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. I was like, yo, look at this dude
I
Lamont,
I watched your video.
I'm like, it's too late to edit this, man. I'm like, there's no editing.
Oh, like
this. I
one
realized I
person
said it
might
like
get
30
that.
times. I called this kid Lamont. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So I just was like, yeah, there's nothing I can do at this point, bro.
I am so weak. You was calling him Lamont.
Lamont.
And his father was going, Elizabeth.
That hits
I'm
different
coming."
for me and Michonne because there's
like-
a Lamont by where we used
I
to
was
live.
like, Lamont's being a little bit of a jackass this episode, dude. I don't know
That's
how
so
I feel about
fucking
Lamont. But
He been
Yeah.
on the road for 2 days and turned into an angsty teen. It was literally like
Nah,
as soon as he
yeah.
went outside, a switch flipped.
nah, but the Mork and
How,
Mindy,
he looked like he about what, 13, 12?
Oh,
I'd put him
again,
around Carl's age.
he
So
just
that's
met a
anywhere from
bunch of
12 to
kids.
17.
I'd say he's like
time.
12, yeah, because I mean he was born literally right around the start of the the fall.
When shit happened.
Yep.
He'd be like 12, yeah.
So he's
And just like Ellie.
Yo,
Bitten mom.
you have to make the comparison.
Yes.
Like I mean, there's no way to go around that. I mean, The Last of Us, and I mean, it was hard not to make the comparison.
Yeah.
And I try not to because I know a lot of people are.
I
like,
mean, there are
Well, the truth
differences
is
in the
found.
story,
I didn't
and it's still
even
good on
think
its
about
own.
it.
But
I mean,
I don't
like,
either.
the bird
I'm
scene.
right
I was
with
like, are we about to do a
Yeah.
Lori?
nah, it's
As
like
soon as
literally she was
pushing-
bit, with
well, obviously they
the
had to
kid
do a
in her stomach.
C-section.
It was like the same. It was the same shit. It was literally the
No,
same.
they're just gonna
No, I get it,
call
but
Aaron
it just
to.
didn't pop up in my mind.
Okay.
It
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
pop
yeah.
in my mind.
Because I'm like the only thing they're
The
missing
o-
is calling
it
him like
never
a
came in
mute
my
or
mind.
something. It'd be insane. But the Mork
I'm
and
so
Mindy
weak.
thing, that was dope. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
yeah.
Caught me
Bro,
off
that had
guard.
me hella emotional.
And then at the end when they were at the funeral and everyone was like Nanu Nanu, I thought that shit
yeah,
was
that
hilarious.
was funny. That was
I couldn't
touching.
help myself. I just started laughing. It was great. But yeah, I thought that was great to see Daryl actually smiling because you don't see this dude smile often.
No.
So to
I
see
mean,
him actually-
obviously
But
it was like
very
a
quickly
VHS
followed
tape.
up
Oh
with
yeah, yeah,
being
exactly. I'm
sad.
like, oh my god, look, he's happy, and then all of a sudden it went away. I was like, never mind.
Well, he was
Solid
thinking
10
about watching
seconds.
Mork and Mindy with Merle.
Literally.
Yeah.
Nah, it was so funny. It was so great. I was glad that they ended up being able to, show that for as little as they did. It was cool
Yeah.
to see Robert.
Are
Well,
we
I'm
not
sure they
going to talk
paid some
about
money
her
for it, too.
C-section stomach? Are we not going to talk about her C-section
I mean,
stomach
House of
flailing
the
around? That was some of the
Dragon,
goriest.
I don't think I even noticed
That was some of the goriest shit.
I think I was just like
I was
too
looking
in
at it
awe,
'cause
like,
I
that
was
they were
looking
doing
for
this.
it.
I thought this was like a big step
I was
considering
literally
that we
looking
saw
like
a
this.
Walker give birth. I'm like, yo, are we not?
Yeah,
like,
I was a little more focused
I
on
was
that.
yeah, I was more shook that we're
Umbilical
seeing a
cord
Walker give birth.
attached. They
Yeah.
showed
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, didn't we see the umbilical cord
They
with
showed
Lori's?
everything.
Hey,
Well,
No.
I think
I mean, it
recall.
wasn't
I don't know.
stretched out, but I'm pretty sure we saw it.
yeah, I don't know.
But they were like, snip, snip. It's a
Yeah.
miracle, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
I
time
know
to
they cut it.
It's 7 months.
But they
It doesn't
literally-
need an ICU. It's fine.
That's funny.
No, she literally
NICU.
was already a walker. They tied her down, cut her stomach open, pulled the baby out. She was still a whole walker. I was like, oh my God, we have literally never seen this. Like, we've seen people die, have babies. She was literally a walker.
Walker, yeah.
Thankfully, she really died right on time. They didn't have to put her under. But she literally had a C-section as a fucking walker.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Pretty crazy.
And I can't believe she ain't never told him that. That's some shit. That's a story to tell. That's a
Nah,
fucking
yeah.
movie. That's
I
a
mean,
story
that'll
to
give you a
tell.
The only
context
other
though, if
time
you
that
think
Walker
about
got
it.
a C-section was when Carol was practicing it.
Oh yeah, that was
literally. And that walker was put out already. Yeah. That walker's stomach was so damn flat. It looked like they hadn't even been eating nobody. That stomach was
Right.
sunk in.
She was the one
Yeah,
in the
that
back
Walker
of the
hadn't
group
ate
every
nothing.
time.
Right? So I don't know. I just feel like you should always tell people the truth, and whatever happened, happened. Because you talking about his mama with the angels. Okay, but do he know that you his auntie, first of all? Because he think he ain't got no family. Do
I
you,
know,
Do he know
yeah.
you his
So
auntie?
you get
Right,
along with
right.
Chidi from the
That's-
Good Place.
I just started that. I'm on
Like-
season 2. It's great.
The Good Place.
Yeah.
He could have been hearing
on season
childhood stories about his
True.
mama and shit.
Right,
So
right.
he could be hearing childhood
Yeah,
stories
your
about his
mama,
mama.
your
He's
mama
special.
basically accidentally got knocked up and didn't tell me about you. Yeah, that's not the story that you think you want to tell. He's got a nice story.
It don't
about his
matter, it's
dad
the
getting a
truth.
medal.
Oh, this one time when I OD'd, your mom was holding
them
my
kids
hair
was
while
shitting
I
on
was
him for a
vomiting
second.
my guts out in the
The
bathroom.
bottom line is the truth isn't always pleasant, but it's best for him to learn it now.
And
than
the
later.
truth-
Yeah,
True.
better than to not know it. That's why I'm glad that Judith ended up learning about Lori,
Yeah,
even
'cause
if
he's
it wasn't
gonna-
a lot.
He's gonna hold so much resentment towards her. Like we're really gonna.
And how she
Over.
thinks
Explain-
a woman's place is in the kitchen. Because isn't that
Wasn't
We
that
talk
wasn't that
about why-
Andrea? Or no, that was Lori
that
to
was
herself.
Lori telling
Yeah.
Andrea,
Yeah, she's
why are
like,
you out there with
you
the
can
men?
stay
You
in
should
the
be
kitchen.
here in the
Let the
kitchen.
men do it. I was like, bitch, what?
Like I was all for
So-
Andrea being out there in the field, but bro, she really pissed me off. As soon as she shot Daryl, I was like,
Bro.
dog, put the gun down.
Well,
Put the
I mean,
fucking
yeah,
gun
I
down.
didn't
Jason.
like
The
Andrea,
comics.
but the
Like,
fact
dude.
that she wasn't what Lori envisioned as the, Lori was trying to set back feminism by like 50 years. It was just,
Yikes.
Damsel in distress.
yeah.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Never
That's
have
just
I-
her, what she wants, but just
That-
to say that's the only way.
That's
like,
the only way that
That
happens.
scene
Come
to
on
this day, those two arguing in the kitchen, I love it so much because
That was a
Andrea
good scene.
destroys her.
Both those
Like
characters.
the whole,
pissed me
the
off to
whole
my
like,
core.
oh, everything will work out great for you. You'll get a son, your husband, a baby, and a boyfriend. I'm like, oh shit.
No, the thing with Lori, well, I never liked Andrea. Can't stand her. But if you read the comics, you'll
And she
fucking
wasn't that
love
dumb,
her.
bitch.
Yeah.
She was
Totally
dope.
different characters.
Yeah, I fucking hate TV Andrea. But the only thing Lori, and y'all know I'm not a fan of Lori shit in the comics or the damn show. But the thing with Lori, the only thing she was right about to Andrea was when she was saying, Beth ain't none of your fucking business. You don't even know these people. Why you coming over here in their house? Let them handle that how they want to handle that. That was the only thing she was right about.
Bro,
But
she was
Andrea
so
did eat her ass
Andrea
up, but
was
she
so
like-
proud of herself
yeah,
though too
Andrea
after
did eat her
that.
ass up.
I mean, to
After,
be
like-
fair, I
Yeah.
feel like
She was.
it may be a hot take. I low-key feel like Andrea was kind of right with her choice there, even if it wasn't her
Well,
family.
yeah, it wasn't her choice, but I mean, it was. I understand the call she made, but it definitely wasn't her call to make.
Yeah, like I feel
Yeah.
like Lori was more out of line than she was because Lori was actively trying to stop her. Andrea's like, you do what you're gonna do, and you either live with it or you literally don't.
And then
So-
after
No,
Beth did
but
what
you
she
gotta
did,
remember-
she's like, oh look, so now we know she's not gonna do it
No.
again. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, why are you
It
so proud
amazes
of
me that we
yourself,
went
dude?
from Daryl Dixon episode 2 to Walking Dead season
It's
2.
Walking Dead.
It's Walking
Wait,
Dead,
but let me
man.
say
Big Rob
this.
says Laurent
I
is
didn't
going to
like that
find out
because
about
no, you gotta
Isabel
remember,
in the
Right.
finale.
Lori
Oh, yeah.
Lori literally, no, not Lori. Andrea literally lured Maggie away. Maggie was in the room with her sister. Oh, Maggie, go eat, go do something. She literally lured Maggie away to do what she wanted to do with her sister. That's not your fucking sister. Don't you need to be outside on watch? So nah, I wasn't fucking with Andrea when she did that. Nah.
I mean, I'm glad
Hey,
that
hey, hey.
she wasn't
That
on
wasn't
watch
none of
right then.
You know,
I
I was
don't
looking
like
for
Beth.
a little
Chance to shoot
variety in
anybody.
Woodbury, and Andrea was there. If I had known now what I
Hey,
knew
I never
then, I
liked
would have
Beth
killed her
neither.
earlier.
I don't care
you
what
know?
nobody say.
Yeah, you'll anger millions with hatred towards Beth. That's why I've just avoided it because
I've never liked
Beth
her.
was a
She
kid.
looked-
That doesn't necessarily.
No, I didn't
mean
really
that
have
she
problems
made all
with
the
Beth.
good decisions.
Not
but
at all.
Beth
she was a
wasn't the
sweet kid.
brightest bulb in the box.
I understand she had like a lot of like. I mean, having all that shit happen when you're like still in high school,
yeah.
like, that's traumatic. I mean, like the way she didn't react to her.
Yeah, it
boyfriend,
is.
That was so messed up. The way, like you knew she went through when she was like, "Oh, people die." It's like I'm like, bro,
kind of like
like,
naive in a
what
way.
is wrong with you? Like she's broken. I
Beth
felt
was
so
not the
bad for
brightest
her.
bulb in the box.
Yeah. I mean, all of them need therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I needed a
They
little
showed
anger
me.
management, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, facts.
Well, it's
Wait,
getting almost to
wait,
an hour and a
wait.
half.
Wait, because you know what I always say. Wait.
Wait.
can't
I
say
have
that.
another point. Wait.
No, you can't say that without letting me laugh real quick because I don't care what nobody say. Nothing. Nope. Nobody has ever been more mad in the Walking Dead universe than the governor. This nigga murdered his whole community. He was so
Yeah,
pissed
yeah, that
off.
shit was
Yeah.
crazy.
You
But I
murdered your
remember
own
watching
community,
it.
girl.
I did
How
not
I had
expect that
reason.
shit.
He
I had
was
reason.
so
I could have handled it
pissed.
a little better, but I had reason.
Oh my God. I'm finna start crying. That shit is so funny. That man was so mad. Ain't nobody ever been. Y'all think Rick been mad before? Nah, Rick ain't never been that mad.
He came close with Porch Stick Pete,
Woo!
but you know, he
That's
should have
one
finished
person,
it.
not
So funny.
You and me are
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines I think is from that episode. He's like, "How many of you do I have to kill?"
To save your lives.
yeah,
I think that was
shit-
from the finale,
shit
but yeah,
goes
that was
crazy. Yeah, I think that's right.
hilarious.
That
And
shit went
then-
crazy.
I gotta say, Michonne's not my favorite person, but her knocking the
My
fuck out
favorite.
of Rick, that was cool.
Didn't she actually hit Andy too? Didn't one of them talk about that after the episode, like
Wouldn't be
years
surprised.
She
later?
accidentally hit him.
Yeah.
No, like I thought she actually like clobbered him.
I think she did say that she accidentally hit him.
Because Rick seems to be involved in scenes where actual punches are thrown.
Yeah, but I hear it's usually him
Always
throwing
getting
them.
bust upside
It's
No, I know. I was
usually
gonna say
him
because he
throwing.
broke Jeff's nose in season 8 when they were doing that fight in Rick's house. When he took that like candle holder and like decked him with it, I'm pretty sure he broke Jeff's nose when he did that.
Well, if you're doing a lot of fighting, at some point somebody gonna get hit for real.
Oh yeah.
At
Yeah,
some
Because I
point.
remember Jeffrey saying something on the lines of like, oh yeah, like he always ends up drinking coffee, so he's over caffeinated, so he's like a little jittery, so he ends up like not pulling his punches when he's throwing them.
Well,
Like,
from what I
it looks
understand,
good.
Andy also like before a scene when he's got to be mad, he like goes off in a corner, he's just
With the
revs himself up
headphones.
so
Yeah.
much.
And he's
And
like
then-
punching walls. Oh my! Did you guys see that blooper from the season 6 San Diego Comic-Con where he's hyping up before he like pulls the gun on Carter in the house when they're like plotting against Eugene in the premiere, and they showed like a scene or like a blooper from before that scene, and he was getting all pissed and like you were just saying, and like hitting the wall, and he punches a hole through the wall.
Whoopsie.
Did you guys see that or no?
I did not see
I
that,
can't-
but I
Oh.
believe
I
it.
remember, but the one that I know I've seen is where he'll like go off with his headphones in and like really get in
Yeah.
his zone. Like I'm really about to go fuck shit up right now. And he really do.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody ever put Rick in that place like Daryl and Michonne. Boy, I tell you.
And
Except him and
Carl
Daryl
when he
just
was
end up
sleeping,
fighting
but
like
it
Well,
doesn't really count.
Daryl didn't really, he got a chokehold from Rick, and no,
It's
he gave
illegal.
Rick a
They were
chokehold.
literally,
It was illegal.
they were fighting like literal brothers. I have a lot of brothers. They were fighting like literal brothers, like fist fighting. I'm talking about like they were literally fighting. I loved that scene when they was fighting and fell in the hole. And I felt sad because wasn't that like the last time they saw each other
Mm-hmm.
before
after they were fighting because
before
of
before the bridge
that's so
explosion.
fucking sad.
Yeah. And they ended it with, hey, be
That was the
safe.
last time they saw each other. They
I was like,
fighting.
ah, shit.
Right? Because they know
That's
they
how you
love
know
each
he
other.
ain't going to be
Oh, I'm
safe.
gonna cry next time they see each other.
If they do.
I'm gonna cry so bad next time they see each other.
I
They
think
are
that-
because they have
I
to make
think that's
it.
why
they have to
Daryl's
make
in
us happy.
France. I think that he might have gotten too close to Rick, and the CRM
I would love that
Mm.
explanation.
sent him off.
It's possible.
Carol
no.
goes to
He's
try to
not as
find him and
nearly
says,
as
"Oh yeah, we
stealthy
found
as
him by the way."
Michonne.
Let's just hope that they
Yeah, he
find
ain't as
Keith.
stealthy as Michonne.
All right, we got to wrap this up, guys.
Oh,
It's been
yeah,
an hour
he-
and a half.
Heath is another loose end we need to tie up. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is
All
it
right.
anybody
Probably
else
never gonna
missing? Is it just Heath? Wait, is it anybody else
There's a
missing
lot of
in the
side
universe?
characters
Is it
that we're
just Heath?
there's a lot of side characters that we
That-
just
that-
haven't got.
Yeah,
Where's
like
Saniqua husband?
I was
what I'm-
gonna
yeah,
just
he
say,
was on my head.
Where's
Kendrick's missing.
Where's Kenrick? Where is he at?
We
He's
can
on
discuss
Facebook.
on next week.
Walking Dead, and then
All right, final
Right.
thoughts and shameless self promotion. Start us off, Michonne.
y'all, this is the best Walking Dead spinoff ever, and just go to talkingetv.com.
All right, that was short and shameless. All right, baby.
This was again a good episode. Can't wait till next week. But y'all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter under dim_mayhem. So that's it.
Awesome. Karina?
I really enjoyed this episode. It was a good time. I even took lots of notes. So looking forward to next week's episode. And you can follow me, Tootie Taurus, on Twitter.
Sweet. Jack?
Hello, everyone. I'm Jack, and I am also very excited to see where this goes from here. I'm especially excited about the variants and to see what CRM tie-ins we get, because like Tomaj, we need some CRM tie-ins. We deserve it at this point. And you can find reactions Jack's World on YouTube and Patreon.
Not disagreeing. Alex?
Yes, I am TWD Mombi, and I am very excited to see what's going to happen in this series. I feel like if we are going on like a pattern type thing with this, and we've knocked down the fourth wall with introducing new characters, I feel like we should be learning about Sylvie in the next episode or something along those lines, finding out about her more. So I'm excited for that. And this is the best spinoff of the series, of the whole franchise. I think I'm loving it, but I'm partial because Daryl's my favorite. So, and you can also follow me on Instagram at the same name, TWD Mombi.
And I'm not sure what you mean by knocking down the fourth wall. That's what Deadpool does. He breaks the fourth wall entirely. You know, we are just getting in-depth character stuff, which is something that.
But they're doing it the right way. They're doing it like now. They're not waiting for like 5 years and then coming out with a television show that shows us the beginning of some people.
Right. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
But the fourth wall, that's Deadpool territory, and and She-Hulk. But Busy.
Hello. Busy Braun everywhere. I thought the episode was fun. Looking forward to the next episode. And if we're being shameless, use code Busy Braun to get some G Fuel or Manscaped. All right. Yeah, you heard me. We're being shameless out here.
You are shameless.
That's
indeed.
right.
Shameless and
I hope you are manscaping yourself.
None of
we
your
don't
business,
want
man.
to see. I'm just
Wait,
hoping.
you're selling manscaping
He's
things?
got sponsors.
No, he's got a
sponsors,
sponsorship
busy,
with
you know.
Manscaped. Have you never heard of Manscaped before?
Like pube shaving?
Not like any shaving.
Well,
head,
any shaving you
face,
want, but
everything.
pubes are
Just
something that you
cube
could shave.
shaving. Wow.
It's not
What?
exclusively that. I mean, I don't
It's
own one, but
it's an
Busy, if I
electric
get one, I'll
shaver.
use your code.
Thanks, champ. Appreciate it.
Did you say Chad or
Champ.
I first
I thought you said
heard
Chad.
it-
I'm
wait.
like, bro.
I first
You shaving your balls?
I
and
first
calling
saw
him
an
Chad.
ad for that literally maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. So yeah, it's been a thing.
It's like
you
Dr.
know,
Squatch.
I was dating a girl, and I kind of urged her to trim that particular area, and she was complaining, and she's like, men are always saying they want women to do that, and they never, and then she like, oh, wait, you do. Never mind.
Tickle. Okay.
It was hilarious. Anyway, I am the governor here on the Spotlight.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yes. That's for after we end this. But
The wilderness must
and
be explored.
apparently, Machana's dead. She just died.
She's still laughing over here.
She's still laughing.
Look at
I
her.
literally cannot breathe.
I can
Ah,
get
so
my
anyway,
inhaler and mail it to
Governor
you.
Governor's
on The
over here
Walking
so
Dead.
shameless.
On The Walking Dead. Governor on Fandom Spotlight. Yes, I am the governor on The Walking Dead.
Y'all need to go to bed.
Yeah,
time to go
I'm
to
punchy.
bed.
Go to
We
bed.
got-
I did
Hang
like
it up.
8 cons in a row, and you can see a whole bunch of new panels are hitting Fandom Spotlight. And if you like the Dukes of Hazzard, check out that panel.
Ooh.
And we will see everyone next week. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks. It's been awesome talking about this episode, which I enjoyed, though I agree with Jack. The plot armor is just a little ridiculous for Daryl. But that's not going to go away anytime soon. So we'll see everyone next week. Governor and this amazing crew, we are out. Everyone make awkward faces and gestures, because that's fun.
intoxicated. We're automated and overpopulated. We're all fish in a stream, swimming towards a vicious dream.